So, guess who's currently reeling from their first loss in this playthrough? Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Just Desserts is a broke as fuck card, and this cunt's running 3 of them. Yes, I did just say that, because I'm very, very pissed off. I'm quite salty. Anyhow, before I move on, just to show, I did add another Judgment Hand to the collection, because that's the card I frickin' drew on the other day's segment in the frickin' random number generator. I also got another Crocodilus, a Dryad, and a Shadow Ghoul. These 3 were all from the reincarnation. I stuck with it because Shadow Ghoul is a good card to have in this matchup. Despite the fact that I actually still just proceeded to lose horribly because he has burn cards. Fuck burn cards. Alright, moving on. Let's see what I opened with here. I actually opened with Shadow Ghoul in the previous duel. Now that the game's just like, no, we're just gonna sort of like say no to that. You can't have that. The game is probably just gonna punish me by putting it at the bottom of the freaking deck this time. Yeah, I don't like this in the absolute slightest. I probably should have made some more modifications to this deck. But whatever. Let's start with this guy's deck leader, Exodia's Head. You're probably wondering why. The reason for that is because Exodia in this game is not a win condition that is obtained by having the 5 pieces in your hand. What you instead have to do is summon the 4 limbs and have them sort of just surrounding the deck leader. They have to be within the deck leader's summoning zones. They have to be face up. And none of them have to be spellbound. If you enter your turn with those prerequisites fulfilled, you win the game immediately. Cinematic will just play, your pieces will just sort of combine, make Exodia, and just completely and utterly send your opponent to complete oblivion. So, let's go ahead and get Shadow Ghoul on board. The reason I got Shadow Ghoul is because of this labyrinth terrain. For the purposes of this game, it's literally just a wall, which you can't actually get through. Shadow Ghoul is one of the very few monsters that can get through this. And in addition, when it actually enters labyrinth terrain, it becomes Wall Shadow. The only difference being that it's a warrior type and it has 3000 defense. Plus, the regeneration lets it move again, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that, so there you go. So, basically, the rule of thumb here is that whatever he summons and sends to the left is a monster, and whatever he sends to the right is a spell or trap. From his perspective, not mine. So, this thing here that is up in this corner is a monster. And then usually what he does in the middle, where he's currently sitting, he usually just throws in a whole bunch of random crap, like long-range trap cards. What else? He'll throw Exodia pieces in there if he's got them. But that's usually about it. There's nothing that'll really be that threatening if he does that, so... And as I said earlier, he's also got burn cards. 3 copies of Just Desserts, the effect of which is to burn the opponent for 300 multiplied by the number of cards they have on the board. And so I ended up copying a grand total of what? 4800 damage? Also, he's got Magic Jammer. I mean, it's Hinotama, so if anything, that was just good for baiting it out, I guess. So, my strategy here is to try to get his deck leader into a position where I can just basically smash into it with a big monster of mine. Being able to do that is going to require my Wall Shadow. I'm just not too sure which direction he's going to go to from here now that I've got my Wall Shadow just sort of chilling there. There's also whatever the hell this is. Bewitching Phantom Thief. I'm not too sure what this thing does. I think it's like spellbinds the monster that kills it for a turn or something like that. Nope. Apparently has no effect. Or nothing that's really relevant. Oh, okay, so it moves and attacks without triggering limited range traps. That's not too bad. So I've got Red Eyes. My strategy last time was to just roll with it and wait to get it like a thunder type monster and make twin-headed thunder dragon, which can just cover all the sea terrain quicker. So let's see what direction he moves here. That's a limited range trap, which I was sending Guardian of the Throne Room after. Now what I'm thinking of doing here is I'm gonna move my Wall Shadow into here. Stick Guardian of the Throne Room over there. He's just going to be sort of happy to chill there. Shin, I will definitely be hanging on to. Keep moving Violent Rain. I probably should have actually moved it once an additional space there to attack into whatever that is, but right now I'm just wanting to work out where I'm going to end up making this guy go. Yeah, there's Time Seal. That's going to do what? Okay. That's just going to Spellbind Violent Rain. In the last attempt, I got a Vermilion Sparrow with 2 Salamandras and 2 boosts from this, up to 3,900, and then he Time Sealed me immediately. And Time Seal, if you don't know, eternally Spellbinds the opponent's monster that has the highest attack. And I should not have flipped Shin up there, because that just completely wasted its ability. If anything, I really should be... Okay, I want to see what his deck lead is going to do if I move it there. Because if he's going to move it back, then I'm going to need to start forcing him in a certain direction. Yeah, he's going to move that back and forward, so... We're going to just sort of say no to that. Yeah, there's Just Desserts. First of 3 copies. 1,500. I didn't think I had that many cards on my board, but apparently I do. So let's go ahead and... Actually, let's move more Shadow in here, because that's going to force him to move... he might end up moving into his... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to force him in any other direction, am I? That's going to suck. Alright. Keep moving Guardian of the Throne Room to trigger that trap card. He's just gonna sit there. Probably gonna trap card or something. Nope. If he's just gonna sit there, then I can just kick his ass. At this point, I'm not afraid to make this just a frickin' 4-minute segment or whatever. Well, not 4 minutes, probably gonna be more like 10, but considering he can just burn the shit out of me and just sort of laugh in my face as a direct result of that, I'd rather this game ended quicker. I think I might be about 110% done with having to deal with that shit. So yeah, there's an Infinite Dismissal. That's not really that big of a deal. It's literally just a 3-turn Spellbind. No attack or defense reduction there, so it's not too bad. Now, is he going to move his leader here? No, he's just going to keep his leader sitting right there and let me continue to attack him. I believe that's game. I just noticed he had 1550 life points, so yeah, that's GG. Not even 10 minutes, but I'm fine with this because, I mean, 20-minute segments are pretty freaking long and take up to about an hour and a half to upload anyway, so a shorter segment every now and then does not hurt. Plus, there's only 1 fake trap in this slot, so I might be able to get some really good stuff in here. Magic Jammer is certainly one of those good stuff. So is Black Pendant. Let's see if I can get Faceless Mage. Nope. The game just fucked me out of that and gave me a fake trap. Fantastic. So, yeah, you suck. And according to this, this incarnation of Yugi's grandpa is actually his uncle. I'm not too sure what the go is with that. It's probably got something to do with the whole Simon McMoran thing, meant to be a reference to Shimon Moran, who, in Forbidden Memories, did hold the position of, like, the Yugi's grandpa equivalent, but in this game, obviously, couldn't really do so. I'm not too sure what the go is with that. Anyways, next game is against Bakura, with a deck cost of 757. So I don't like that. I don't like low deck costs. Thankfully, he's only one of 2 duelists in the game with a deck cost below 800. As a matter of fact, Bakura is actually the lowest in the game. So let's go ahead and end this segment with the usual code generator. Do you want to be a pal here? No, that's not what I want. Where is Firefox? Where is Firefox? Excuse me, Firefox is here, right? Okay, that was weird. Apologies for that. Number go. 751. What have we gotten our hands on? Creature swap. It does not have a code. Generate. 532. Please be a good card. 532 is Macbass. That is actually kinda cool. I'm not gonna lie. Let's switch back to here. The Macbass code is S3CP WB8H. There we go, Macbass. Macbass is kind of cool because this is actually the requirement, along with 2 other, I think, fish monsters to make Fortress Whale using the ritual. I can go and get the Fortress Whale Oath. I have to be a bit lucky though, because it's against Mako, and I need to actually get him to play it, and I have to get it destroyed, and then I gotta get it into the slots. If I'm able to do that, then I might throw it in there. I'm not too sure how many fish I've got, so I might need to maybe wait for a reincarnation or something like that, but if I have enough games against Mako, I might be able to get another reincarnation and get some fish or something like that. I'm not too sure. I would like to show off how rituals work in this game at some point, so this is a pretty good step towards being able to do that. Anyhow, the more important matter of working out how to deal with this guy is not quite at hand, but I've got to work that out by next segment. So, yeah. He's got a low deck cost for the record because most of his field is Crush. That's why. So we've got to be able to deal with that as well. You will find out how I deal with that next time.